Hey everybody, welcome back to T. Roy Cooks. Appreciate you joining us. This is another episode of Thursday Chat with Troy. So cheers to you. Thanks for joining us. Nice cold beer after work. Love it. If this is your first time seeing one of these videos, this is where I answer viewer questions from you guys. At the end of the video, after you watched it, if you have a question, feel free to go down into the comments section below, ask a question. I'll get to it. If not the next Thursday Chat with Troy, I'll get to it on one of the near future ones, okay? Also, if you hear me mention any websites, any of my YouTube friends that have channels, or any of the products that I may mention in this, click the Show More button below the video, hit Show More, it'll open the description box. You'll find all the information there, so that way you don't have to ask me, how do I get to so-and-so's YouTube channel, Also, my social media sites are down there, and if you want to see the list of questions that I answer for this video, those are also listed in the description box, along with where at in the video, the minute and second within the video where that question was asked and I answer it. Just click the link for that minute and second, it'll take you straight to that part of the video where you can hear me answer that question again. So, let's get to it. I got a list of questions here for you. Thank you everyone who's asking these questions. I appreciate the questions. You guys are coming up with some good ones too. And the feedback. I really appreciate the feedback. Let's get to it. Flying Mikey, he's asking, he smokes only with wood sticks, and it tastes great. It's his favorite. That's mine too. I love that Yoder Wichita. Love it. He says he's got an Oklahoma Joe smoker. He likes to stay about 275 to 325 Fahrenheit when he's cooking, and that he's only using one wood split at a time. He says, if I close the firebox vent too much, the fire smothers and smokes. Food always turns out great and fast, but I want a low and slow smoke without using briquettes or charcoal. Any ideas how I could lower the temps? Yeah, and I've actually had to do this with my Yoder Wichita as well. Sometimes those wood splits are, they're good size logs, all right? Maybe split in half, but they're good size. What you could do is split them into quarters or cut them into shorter lengths so that it's not as much wood that you're throwing into the pit. The more wood, the more fire. So cut back on the wood, you have less of a fire. And that should help you maintain those low and slow type temps instead of it raising up to 325. Hope that helps. Let's see, Jordan's asking, hey Jordan, appreciate you asking questions here, man. Some Thursday chat, would you be able to talk about what makes good smoked poultry? He says, I've produced great beef and pork, but poultry's always been a struggle. Man, poultry's a struggle for a lot of people, including myself. He says, some say that high temp is better, some say low temp. I've had best success smoking low and then finishing on the grill for crisping the skin. Any tips on a Thursday chat or maybe a favorite poultry method cooking video would be awesome. Yeah, I've had good luck with that as well, and I think you're on the right track. Do the low and slow at first, and just before it's done, raise the temp in your pit, or take the meat off and put it on a gas grill and put it on a hot flame, and that'll sear the skin, make it crispy. There's nothing worse than having that rubbery skin on your poultry from low and slow cooking, smoking. A lot of times too, what I'll do is, personally, I don't like to eat the skin unless it is like fried and crispy. So a lot of times I'll just remove the skin and I'll just base the barbecue sauce or seasonings or whatever directly on the meat. And that low and slow cooking helps retain the moisture in the meat, and you get that really nice smoke flavor, and I just love it. So a lot of times I don't even have the skin on the bird. I take it off. But yeah, if I do leave the skin on, a lot of times at the very end of the cook, in like the last 15-20 minutes, I'll raise the temp up on the Weber Smoky Mountain so that I'm crisping the skin up more like about 350, 375 Fahrenheit range. Or I'll just take it off and throw it under the broiler in the oven, or put it on my gas grill. Crisp the skin up that way. So you're on the right track. Great question, but a lot of people have trouble with it. Don't let it stop you. Just keep working at it, man. All right, another question. E-Hole, can you please talk about dirty versus clean smoke for the new people and those of us that need an occasional prod in the right direction. Also, let's talk turkey rubs since we're nearing the season for smoked turkey. Yeah, I've talked about the smoke issue with on some of my other chat videos. Basically, if you're doing it right, if you've got proper airflow through your smoker, and I'm assuming you're cooking with wood and an offset smoker, okay? Throw that out there. I'm assuming that's what you're using. Your smoke should have it's a thin blue smoke that you can barely see coming out of your stack. That's proper airflow. If you're getting billowing white smoke, then you're smothering your fire. You need to open up the intake on the firebox, or perhaps even open the door to the firebox. Let some air come through there, all right? And again, as I mentioned, when you first throw a log on there, it's going to smolder a little bit because it takes a little while, 10 minutes or so for it to get fire, get going. So you'll get a little puffy white smoke out of the stack when you first throw wood on there, but then it should turn back to that thin blue smoke that you're looking for. If you have too much white billowing smoke, you're going to build up creosote inside your pit, which is not good, and you're also going to make your food really bitter, and it's going to have like a black soot kind of on the skin of the meat. You don't want that either. So proper airflow, that's the key. And you were asking about the turkeys and smoked turkeys and stuff. I like to do a rub under the skin. I actually like injecting the bird with. I melt some butter down and throw some Cajun seasonings, or maybe just some herbs, rosemary, sage, and thyme. Throw those into the butter, let that steep for a little bit, and then I'll strain out the seasonings and just inject the butter, and that works very, very well. Throw some garlic in there too. Yum. But I'll just take sometimes and make a compound butter. I'll let butter get softened, and then I'll stir in some rosemary, sage, or thyme, or whatever else you want to use for a rub. A lot of times Cajun works for me. I'm from Louisiana, so I like that. But you may like marjoram, or let's see what else is out there. You can use, I don't know, some people like cinnamon. You can use a little cinnamon. It's kind of strong though. Brown sugar is really well. I mean, most rubs have brown sugar, salt, garlic, paprika, that kind of thing in it. So once you have the basic rub, then you can add all this other stuff. Add little nuances here and there using your thyme, rosemary, sage, marjoram, and there are plenty of other herbs that are really, really well. They work well with poultry. So I'll try to do some research and maybe offer up a video doing something a little different. Maybe a turkey breast or something, showing you some different seasonings. But just have fun with it, man. That's the main thing. Enjoy it, But again, a lot of times, like I was mentioning a while ago with the low and slow smoking of a bird or poultry, a lot of times people don't eat the skin because you're cooking low and slow and the skin's rubbery. So season under the skin, whether it be butter, compound butter, or a rub. Put the rub directly on the meat between, under the skin. And that way you're flavoring the meat. And also if you're using butter under the skin, that helps baste and keep that meat moist as the butter melts while it's cooking. So that'd be my suggestion. Give that a try. Let's see. The Colt 45 show. I have a cheap charbroil vertical smoker, and I was smoking a whole chicken. He says I use Kingsford charcoal, and as I put my chicken in the smoker, my temp drops down, and I want to keep my temps in the 275 to 300 range, but my temps dropped to like 200, and I needed it 275 to 300. Do you know a way to keep the temps up so that they don't drop down when I'm putting the bird in? He's asking, should I use lump charcoal? What does he do? I wouldn't use lump charcoal. That tends to burn really, really hot. You're welcome to try it, but if you do, just use a little bit of it. Don't maybe mix that in with some charcoal. Maybe that'll help. I find that your predicament that you're running into happens a lot with small smokers. All right. If you've got a larger smoker that's got a lot of metal, that metal retains the heat, and you don't have that big of an issue. But the little smaller, less well-built smokers, yeah, you're going to run into that problem. One way you may be able to get around it, and not totally, but one way you may be able to help the situation, take the meat out of the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes before you are going to put it on the smoker. That'll help it get that chill off of it. It'll start coming up to room temp, but it won't get at such a warm temp that you're going to have to worry about bacteria and stuff. So just take it out long enough to get the chill off of it, and that way when you put it in your pit, it's not as cold, and it's not going to drop those temps within your pit down very much. And if you have a pit that's not really well insulated or is thin metal, anytime you open that door to put meat or something in there or check on it, you're going to drop 50 degrees or more. So that may also be the problem. I don't really know a lot that you can do other than, maybe try a little bit of lump mixed in with the briquettes and take the chill off your meat. I know when I'm doing, let's say I do a pork butt, if I take it straight out of the fridge and put it on my Yoder Wichita, it'll drop the temp 50 degrees or so, easy. But after, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, that temp's starting to come back up, and my pit recovers very well fairly quickly. So I don't really let that bother me that much. I'm not one of these people that are a stickler for having my pit to have to be at a certain temp. If I'm cooking at 225 and I see this temperature spike to 250, I'm not freaking out, And if it gets up to 300 or 350, then yeah, I may see what's going on. I may lift the lid up and see just how hot it is in there, or I may close the vent on the intake a little bit to try to calm that fire down a little bit. But there's different things. Each pit's different. You just have to learn the pit and see what you can do with it. So that would be my suggestion. Again, just have fun with the cook. Don't let the temps stress you out. Usually your pit will recover fairly quickly if you put meat straight from the fridge in there. It'll recover fairly quickly. It has for me. Hope that helps. If it doesn't, get back with me. Let's see what we can do to help you. Damian Johnson, that's my brother in California. Where you at, Damian, man? I appreciated talking to you Sunday night. Sorry that you missed that Raiders game, man. I know you was looking forward to seeing it, but I owe you a brisket, right? Come on down to Texas. I'll hook you up, man. All right, Damian says, when it comes to grilling ribs, how come you spray the ribs with butter when you have the meat on the grill? Well, and he also says here, does it have anything to do with moisturizing the food? No, it's not moisture. I like to do the butter on my ribs because it adds another layer of flavor. I love having different layers of flavor so that when you bite into that rib, you're getting not just the pork flavor, which a lot of times is bland, but you're also getting the rub, you're getting the butter, you're getting, a lot of times I'll use some rib candy on there or barbecue sauce, cola, sometimes I'll use some cola on there. I mean, you're getting a lot of different flavors, plus the spritz. Now I'll spritz the meat, and that will help keep it moist on the surface. If I start seeing it getting really, really dark too quick or drying out, I'll spritz it. But the butter is just there for flavor. I like the flavor of it. Appreciate the question, Damien. Hope to see you soon, buddy. Ivy Project. Oh, Ivy is a hoot, man. Y'all need to go check out her channel. Again, link is below in the description box. Y'all check her out, man. She's a riot. Love you, Ivy. She's asking, what's your favorite holiday? Mine is the Midnight Sun Festival, but now, mine is the Midnight Sun Festival, but now living here in the U.S., I don't get a chance to celebrate it. Have you seen the Midnight Sun? I have not seen the Midnight Sun. I would really like to do that one day. That'd be grand, man. I'd love that. I also haven't seen the Northern Lights. I'd like to see that. As far as my favorite holiday, I'd say Christmas time. I like Christmas. I just like the mood, the music and the lights and the cooler weather. All of that kind of puts me in a really good mood. Plus being with family and friends during the holidays, the Christmas time. I love that, with the kids and everything. That's really, really a nice and a fun time. Plus you get to eat a lot, I mean, you got plenty of food, good food that you normally don't get throughout the year. It's kind of designated for holidays. So you get some good, not just main dishes, but also sides and desserts, all that good stuff. I wish it would snow down here in Austin one Christmas, though. Man, it just doesn't snow. Usually in Christmas time, it's like 75 degrees here, at least. A little dusting of snow would be great. Appreciate the question, Pavey. Tell Ron I said, hey. Mr. Knapp 2755. Oh, brother, you a long time subscriber, man. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Knapp. He says, love these, Troy. Thanks. I appreciate the support. I really do. And he's got his own channel. I'll watch you sometimes too, man. You keep up the good work. He's asking, what's your favorite YouTube channel? Now, Mr. Knapp, you didn't ask me that, right? You're gonna try to make me call out just one of my friends on YouTube when I've got so many out there. I mean, we're all a community, as you know. We all love watching one another. I mean, we enjoy supporting one another, but also we enjoy watching one another because we all learn from each other. All right, and then we share those ideas with all you fine folks. I'm not going to just pick one, okay? I can't do that. I can't do that to my brothers and sisters out there. I will say, though, that there are some that I rarely miss. And I'm not going to mention all of them. Like I said, I don't want to point any of them out specifically. But there's some that I really rarely miss, if at all possible. And if your name didn't get called, I apologize. I rarely miss Keith Bettag, Southern Coastal Cooking, Louisiana Southern Recipes, Louisiana Cajun Recipes at JB, Smoky Ribs, Mr. Smoky Goodness, Ballistic Barbecue, Big Meat Sunday, Larry Wolf at the Wolf Pit, my brother James down South Austin here from Ammon and Claim 'em Smokers. Love James, man. All these guys are great, man. Even Surfing Sapo, man. Surfing Sapo hadn't been putting out a lot of videos lately, but he's got some good stuff too. I've got a lot of friends that do YouTube, and again, we're really close family, and we talk to each other on the phone, we enjoy watching each other's videos, bouncing ideas off each other. I love the community, and each of you are part of the community too. I'm communicating with you right here, right now, okay? So, and I'm sure a bunch of you are subscribed to all those channels I just mentioned. If you're not, check out the links below in the description box. Click the show more button, and you go check them out. They're fantastic. And also check out the people that I subscribe to. The people in my featured videos or my favorite videos on the right-hand side of my channel. Those are some people that I follow, Let's see. Elton's Barbecue Pit. That's my buddy Jatil from Norway. He sent me the Norway hat and some fine salt from Maelstrom up there in Norway, from the Arctic Circle. Great guy. Man, we've been friends for a couple of years now. Love you, Jatil, man. You're a good guy, man. All right, he says, this is the highlight of my week, brother. Hey, thanks, man. And he's also got his own channel here, Elton's Barbecue Pit. Y'all go check him out. Again, link below. He says, question for future chit chat. Do you attend barbecue competitions? And he says, regarding using the Weber Smoky Mountain in cold weather, I've used mine in temps like 5 degrees Fahrenheit to a negative 4 degrees Fahrenheit. And he says, I will do a video on how to use the Weber Smoky Mountain in extreme cold conditions. Cheers, bud. Hey, cheers to you, Jatil. I appreciate it, man. So, what he's saying is, if you're worried about cooking with your Weber Smoky Mountain in extreme cold conditions, y'all subscribe to his channel. He will do a video showing you how he does it up there in Norway, in the Arctic Circle area, man. It gets cold up there. I've used my Weber Smoky Mountain in cold weather conditions, though, and it doesn't nearly get that cold here in Austin, but, cold enough for us. But the Weber Smoky Mountain just cruises right along. No issues. It may use a little bit more fuel, but you can always take a heater blanket and wrap around it, or something similar, some fiberglass insulation, wrap around it, just to help insulate it. The main thing is you got to stay bundled up too. But once you get the thing set, it's set and forget it. You can go back inside and enjoy Christmas or whatever you have going on. So y'all check out Jatil's video. Again, Elton's Barbecue Pit is on YouTube. That's his channel. And he says, do you attend barbecue competitions? No, brother, I don't. I did once, about 10 years ago. One of my coworkers down in San Antonio he's entered a competition. I think he came in like 3rd place at that competition too. He did really well. So I went and chit-chatted with him while he was doing it and kind of hung around and watched what was going on. But I'm not one to go and try to do something like that myself. I just don't like the stress of having to have the meat done at a certain time and everything going on. It's a madhouse around there. But I've been asking my brother James over at Aim and Claim 'em Smokers to bring me along. Just let me tag along. I don't want to do anything. I just want to watch. So perhaps that'll happen. That's probably the only reason I would go to a barbecue competition is to see my brother James. He puts out some fine meat. Y'all have seen some of his videos he's done with me over here at this house on the Yoder, Wichita. That dude can cook. All right, what else we got here? Ken's Home Cocktails. Well, yeah, Ken. Man, I love a good cocktail show. Keep up the good work, buddy. He says, I love these Q&As. Keep it up. Thanks, Ken. I really appreciate it, man. Question, do you have a favorite store-bought barbecue sauce? Yeah, I do, but my store is H-E-B, and I know a lot of you don't have that out there. Let's just say I like a good Kansas City-style barbecue sauce. Karen and I both love that. It's a thicker sauce, and it's a tomato-based sauce. It's got your tang. It's got a little tangy with it and a little sweet. Got a nice smoke flavor to it. I love it, man. I love the Kansas City style barbecue sauces. Got a little black pepper in there, a little hint of heat. Man, I just love it. Good stuff. So if I were to go to Walmart or something like that, which I rarely buy barbecue sauces, to be honest with you. I get them sent to me. Man, my brother David over there, Grill Warrior in Atlanta, he sends me some sauces. I've got $10. I just did a review on here not long ago. Used some of their sauce, $10 barbecue sauce. It's great stuff. Also, El Rabbit's Barbecue, Manuel Rios, just outside of Dallas. He has a killer barbecue sauce. So all those three, I get those pretty much anytime I want. I mean, I'll pay for them, but $10 did send me that one, and Grill Warrior sent me one. But I'll pay for El Rabbit's. But I really don't use a whole lot of barbecue sauce. But when I do, I like those three the best. If I go to Walmart or some Target or something like that, I will probably get like a Sweet Baby Ray's or Cattleman's. Head Country's not too bad, I don't think. So those would probably be the main three that I would get. Let's see here. Christopher Brown. Here's a question for you, Troy. How often do you accept recipe suggestions from viewers? He says, I found one on Google Plus that looks promising. Chris, man, go ahead and send it to me, buddy. I get recipes all the time sent to me. Can't promise you I'll use them anytime soon. But what I do, I'll take those recipes and I'll keep them in a file on my computer. And if I run out of ideas for something to cook, I'll look at those recipes and I'll go through them and see what I have on hand, what I may need to buy for it. If it's not a whole lot involved, I'll more than likely do it. Or if it's something that really sounds intriguing, I'll probably go ahead and do it. So, yeah, go ahead and send me the recipes. Any of you are welcome to send me recipes. But again, I can't promise you I'll use them. If I do, I'll do them on video and I'll probably give you credit for it. Let's see here. Lincoln 6G and Andy Olson. They both asked pretty much the same question, and I kind of combined them. Do you use a beard oil, and if so, what brand? No, I don't. I just shampoo, wash and shampoo this, and I don't do anything special to it, man. I just don't. What beard trimmer do you use? I have a set of clippers. It's the wide clippers, like you would use for trimming hair, like a military cut. But they have the different sizes of spacer on them so that I can get the thickness that I want. And the brand is Wahl, W-A-H-L. And the one I've had, it's been 20 years or so that I've been using it. Love it. Never had any issues with it. Wahl's is a really good brand. Glad you like my beard, man. Scott Krimmer, glad to hear you answered my question. You were quite welcome, Scott. Thanks for asking it, man. Now my next question. Kind of multiple ones. Answer whatever you want. All right. Do you cook Thanksgiving dinner for your family, or do you have a family get-together kind of thing? And what is your go-to holiday dish? I usually don't do a lot of cooking for Thanksgiving. If anything at all, I may do, one of those spiral cut hams kind of things. I'll just warm that up in the oven. I really like the spiral cut hams that have the brown sugar glaze. Excuse me. The brown sugar glaze on it. And man, Karen's dad makes some fantastic homemade yeast rolls. Oh man, those are so good. Nice and warm and hot. You know, I'll take and pop one of those in half and throw me some ham slices in there with a little bit of that brown sugar glaze. Ooh, Lordy, you talk about good. That's what I like. Have a little bit of cornbread dressing on the side with it. A little gravy from the turkey over there. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Also like pecan pie. A nice homemade pecan pie. Love it. Good stuff. I appreciate the question, Scott. Jacob Almos. Let's see. Have you ever tried using a Himalayan salt block to cook a steak? Jacob, I have. But the salt block that I had wasn't the best quality. And after just a few uses, it cracked on me. It did a terrific steak. I was amazed that the steak didn't taste salty after being cooked on it. So it really worked well, and Karen loved the shrimp that I cooked on it for her one time. So it really does work well, but in my mind it's too fragile. Maybe I just wasn't using it right or something, but it just cracked, and you know, I didn't want to go out and buy another one. But it did a good job for the time that I had it, you know. Let's see, Timmature. Hey Troy, what do you do for work during the week? Well, Tim, hang on, let me think about how I'm going to answer this one for you. I can't really get into a lot of detail on this one. I've got a regular Monday through Friday job. I'm kind of a network engineer, security network engineer. Basically, I'm a defensive cyberspace operations engineer. I help protect the network from cyberspace attacks, you know, coming through the internet. So, network engineer. Let's see. Odin, got lots of questions, T-Roy. Other than barbecue, what's the meaning of life? Odin, let's see. Man, you're asking some good ones. Meaning of life kind of stuff. You know, I think we're all put here on this earth to decide whether we want to follow good or evil. I personally follow good, and I hope that that shows in everything that I do. You know, love your neighbors, love your family, love God, follow the 10 Commandments, and you'll be set for life. Use the blessings that God gives you and the talents that God gives you to do the best that you can in your environment, in your world, and be successful with it as best you can. So there you go. Hope that answers it. Hanak Moyer, how much money do you make on YouTube yearly? And also right beneath that is coincidentally Chevy 1121, a 1947. Similar question. He says, keep them coming. Like your camera equipment, it's like you're sitting right in my living room talking to me. Hey man, I appreciate that. Thanks, Chevy. Yeah, I do love these Canon G30 cameras that I have. They do really good quality video, man. I'm glad you're seeing that come through on your end. But Chevy's asking, does YouTube pay you anything for being on here? So it kind of runs in line with Hanok's question. How much money do I make yearly? Well, without getting specifics about how much I make, it's not much, to be honest with you. But YouTube, they pay me depending on how many clicks that I get. Let's say the average rate's like $1 or $2 per 1,000 clicks. Like if you click to watch a video, or you click on one of the ads that are rolling in my video, you know, I make a cent or two, or half a cent, you know, off of that. You know, not much, but as the views start building up, that video starts tallying up money. And so I guess the more videos you have on your channel that people watch, and the more views you have on those videos, the more money you can make. That's kind of how it works. Now I will say that you know, it's nice to be able to have that income coming in, because it helps provide better audio, video equipment for my channel. helps me have better lighting, helps me get new clothes. And just as my buddy Russ Jones over at Smoky Ribs was just talking about, it helps a lot when I'm going to do a recipe for a video and I've got to go out and buy that food. This food that I normally would not have purchased if it was just me and the family. But to make a video, sometimes you have to buy specific ingredients to complete the recipe. So that extra money coming in, it helps provide for that. Now I will say that if you're going to get into YouTube, you really don't, you're not making so much money off of YouTube itself. Where you would make money is like an affiliate, like I'm an Amazon affiliate. You can make money that way. For instance, in my description box on all my videos, I've got links to different products that I've purchased from Amazon. If you click that link, it'll send you to Amazon, and you don't have to buy where it sends you on Amazon. You don't have to buy that product, but if you stay on Amazon and you search for something else while you're still in that session on Amazon, and you buy something else while that session is still open, then I get a little bit of change for that particular purchase. It doesn't cost you anymore, but Amazon will give me a little, a few cents or whatever. It's not much either, but that adds up. Again, it helps provide money for me to operate this YouTube channel. And a lot of people start out with, not much equipment, but as you get more and more people watching you, you want to have better and better videos and sound on your have better audio on your videos, better lighting. All those things are key to helping you have a very nice product that your viewers can watch. Plus, I like to look good. So anyway, it's just one of these things. A lot of the people that make money on doing YouTube videos, they don't make it from YouTube. They make it by selling, books or products like rubs, sauces, shirts, hats, that kind of thing. They make money that way. Anyway, I hope that helps. It's not enough money to write home about, honestly. But I enjoy doing it, and I love the feedback that I get from each of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you for helping to support. Oh, and if you are truly wanting to help support me, in some of my more recent videos in the description box, you'll see a link for my direct PayPal account, where you can click the link, go to my PayPal account, and make a donation of your own choosing. $1, $5, $7, $10, whatever. That cuts out any middleman. That goes straight to me. The money I get off of YouTube gets almost half of that, and I get the other half. So the PayPal goes directly to me from you. So if you want to support me, you can do it that way and know that it's going directly to me. And that money is set aside strictly for use to help this channel be better. So if you do, I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Do I have any more? Let's see. Kite Rider. Here's a question I always wondered. Besides on YouTube, what do you do as your day job? Kite Rider. I just answered it, man. Network engineer. Just leave it at that. See, and that's what I'm telling you. That's why I do these videos, because I get the same questions over and over again, which I don't really mind. They're asked different ways, and I'll answer them different ways. But it's the same questions over and over again. So a lot of people don't go and read through the comments to see if I've already answered a question. But I'm obliged to go ahead and answer it anyway, regardless whether I've answered it before or not. Especially some of my older videos, like my dry aged videos, the 42 days dry aged video where I did dry aging for 42 days. I get the same questions almost weekly, just over and over and over, man. I love it. It's all fun though. Anyway, I'm going to hold the rest of these questions off until the next session, where we will join back and we'll answer more of your viewer questions. Again, thank you very much for the support. I truly, truly do appreciate it. Man, I hadn't drank enough beer. There you go, Keith Bedtag. Cheers to you, buddy. The Tango Joe Show. That's another one that I don't ever miss. Y'all go check it out, Tango Joe. And he has some wonderful Tango Spice Rub too, man. TangoSpiceCompany.com. Anyway, getting off subject here. Really, really do appreciate each of you asking the questions. Thank you very much for the support on my channel. I love each and every one of you, and I'm so glad to welcome you here into my house or in my backyard. I love doing what I do. I love sharing what I know with each of you, and I'm glad that you enjoy it as well. So until next time, y'all give me thumbs up if y'all like this. If you got friends that don't know about me, please share the videos. And when you do, I hope that you tell all your friends that T-Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.